Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and today I decided to close the drapes a little bit more, turn on the light in this living room here because from the last video I did today with Dio, the glare it wasn't really doing so good. So, for the last round 6 of the Destined Showdown Destined 1 decks, this is going to be with Liael Odium. And I do love this very much so. So I decided to make it more dimmer and more darker a little bit, but it's kind of a better way to see it anyways, so I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. If there's going to be a problem, I'm sorry, but it was not my intention. So there's a little backstory between this Destined one here. This actually belongs to Hikari Myodo, not the future one, but the present one. Her wish is to make, change time, go back in time and not get involved into what happened to the accident. Come to find out later, Hikari wasn't really sick at all. It was just Sybil controlling her a little bit, draining her life a little bit, and it was fucking Sybil. I could say more about that little stuffed animal because the design of the plushie was cute. So you gotta really sympathize how the younger Hikari was feeling when she had to tell all this to her future self in a final battle against the two Liaels. Now, Liael Odium did win against Regress. Let's make that perfectly clear. The Divine Skill made sure that possible, and she offered to play one more time because she wanted to make her wish come true especially. But then we all kind of realized in the end, Sybil wasn't really going to keep his word, and it was just, he just wanted the design force, so there was no wishes being granted at all. So that was just a fake little lie that he just did, little bastard. But after the Destined Showdown happened, she still continues to play with Liael Odium. Now she's in, I think, first year or second year of high school, I don't know. But now she and her brother are now very more close. And they're actually talking things out. She's still waiting on what his wish will be like. Maybe he's going to find his answers at the Deluxe he's got an invitation for. So, after that, we're not sure if she's going to make a comeback whatsoever. We just have to wait and see what the last few episodes will be about. She might be a side character now because she already served her as one of the antagonists. But after that, she was not really an antagonist. She's just like somebody who just wanted to correct her mistake, or she felt like, because she harbored a lot of guilt. I get where she's coming from. A side note, you guys, I get where she's coming from with that, because I too have a conviction that I'm trying to fix myself, and a lot of guilt that I'm trying to fix. So I can relate to this Hikari a lot better than the future one. I mean, they both are the same person, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So this deck here kind of reflects her in some ways because of its style. It relies on the Regress gauge, or the Destined Timepiece token set order card, which it's this little guy right here. So it's just, it all comes down to that one. And then it also comes down to some cards like Distorted Bane will help the rear guards get more power, and the Vanguard will get more, like 5,000 more than that, but yeah. And then, if that doesn't help as much, her last skill, her Divine Skill, will just do a time leap on your opponent. Basically, even though she's ending her turn, your opponent will not get another turn, because she's going to have another one again. The downside is, well, I'll let you read the full effects. But yeah, the playstyle is basically sending a big fuck you to your opponent, pretty much. Especially if you want to end it right then and there. So the right deck, of course, we have always the energy generator, sorry. I've been meaning to say this slowly for some time. So we all know this is a ticket to any events whatsoever, unless you're doing like stride decks, then, I don't think you really need this one, but, I think you do need it anyways. And then for the grade 0, we have Geared Quetzal of Sweeping Distance. Then we have the grade 1, we have Steam Maiden and Tiglatt. Now, this is the one effect I did forget to do, because when I read Dio's grade 1 ability, this is the cost I need to start doing more. So that was my bad. When this unit was placed by right on top of a grade 0 unit, reveal a grade 3 card with Liael and its card name from the right deck, and put a Destined Timepiece into your order zone. So there's that. Grade 2, we have Light Cessation Colossus. When this unit is brought upon by right on top of Tiglatt, put a card from your hand as in a regress gauge, as a regress gauge. I'm sorry, and draw 2 cards. And then for the main boss, Destined one of time, Liael Odium. During your turn, all your front row rear guards get plus 5,000 power for each of your Distorted Bane's regress gauges. Okay. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your hand or rear guard and put it as face up as a regress gauge. If you put a card, this card gets triple drive into the end of turn. Divine Skill. At the end of battle, this unit attacked. If you have 5 or more regress gauges, discard 2 cards from your hand, and you get an additional turn. But during the additional turn, this unit gets -1 drive and skip the right phase, and you need to skip the right phase and main phase in an additional turn. So that means you can't persona ride, you can't call more units. You have what you have on the field, and you gotta use what you gotta do. Okay. This skill is very risky for some people because you need to make sure your opponent has no perfect guards, and if they do have some triggers to guard with, hope to goddess that you can pull a trigger to bypass that. So, give or take. So that is the ride deck for this. And of course we have the Destined timepiece, Destined 1 sleeves for the ride deck. Now on to the main deck. You guys know I'm just going to skip through this because you guys know my trigger lineup already. But here are the triggers. So for heals, I'm using Steam, Scara, Mal-Nigal, so 4 of them. And this is a replacement for Hikari's critical trigger that she used in the anime. I personally like Connected Rampage Clenn because Flinty Slasher is what she uses in the anime, but I prefer like this one because I just love the design of it. I love how gothic it looks, very sociopathic, Harley Quinn kind of style. Now for the last critical trigger, this is give or take. I play 4 Steam Deviant Dragons because it does require a soul charge ability, and it will put a card from your field into the soul and give 2k power to any unit you tell it to, so this is why I chose that. A lot of people don't like the effect triggers anymore too much because, you know, I think it just gets in the way for most of the time, but I do love using them just in case of emergencies, just like I like using fronts. Speaking of which, 3 fronts, because I do like the 20k shield value, the extra plus 5k shield value. That's why I like it. And plus, for having fronts in your deck, I realize this, it's very, very, very helpful because it will boost up your chances of winning. Because if your opponent does not have enough to guard against a strong amount of like plus 40k and above power, then you have the right away. Unless they have a Blitz order they can use, then God forbid, hopefully they don't. And of course, this is a personal overtrigger of choice. I chose Vamfrieze because I do love the artwork and the dragon style. And the gold foiling is a little hard to read, but luckily I have Google to help me, you know, read the name better. And then his name will be in the deck list in the box down below. So that's good. And I don't mind Galgmaheld because I know she used Galgmaheld in the anime, but I like Vamfrieze's artwork, and you know, it does work the same way as Galgmaheld's. It's just a different variant artwork. So that is my trigger lineup for this deck here. A little bit of Gear Chronicle feel, a little bit of Dark Magic, you know, just whatever case might be. Now for grade 1s, this is a up for debate kind of thing here. Now we don't have much support for Leo quite yet until the Set 7 collection, which is going to be, I'm going to be guessing in the summertime, is what I'm guessing. So hopefully I can pay my shop manager off for this set here and work on set 6. And then I'll work my way up to set 7, which because I have a lot of decks to do. And there are some things that are very expensive, and I feel shitty for not getting them, but, you know, it happens. Anyways, so we'll just use, but you know what? We just gotta do what we gotta do. So for the only support card we have for grade 1 is 4 copies of Ablaze Chimera. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is Liael, which it is, counterblast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 or less card from among them, and call the rearguard and shuffle your deck. So that's the only support card we have for grade 1 at the moment until set 7 comes around, and then we get the full extension power to this. But this is like the small sample of what this deck can do. Now, the generic card I did choose for 3 ofs is Friend of the Netherworld Ling. This is maybe a very unpopular opinion, and a little bit of bias probably thing, but I do like its top card. It makes you look at the top card of your deck that hopefully you don't get a trigger, and you can put it in your soul or in the bottom of your deck. So it'll help you recycle a trigger. Hopefully it will, and that's pretty much all she is. But it's just as a popular opinion. Now for the perfect card of choice, I chose Ridicule Disruptor. She does uses Resent Dragon, not Resent Dragon. The Hate Dragon, not the Hate Dragon. Oh, I forgot what the other dragon was, but it's the one that Donji uses. But anyways, I chose this one because I love the fact that she's a sexualized succubus, and so far most of the decks and most of the ideas I have are mostly all demonic heavy. So this is why this deck here resonates towards me, because I do love this complete guard more than anything. And I just wish I get more framers of this one to make it more glammed up, tits up done, pretty much like Snatched. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, I also forgot to mention one thing, you guys. You know how I usually do this, but I do have the Liael Odium sleeves for this because I feel like it's very fitting to do a Liael Odium, an Odium deck profile with the sleeves right here. Just getting it out there. Now for grade 2s, I do have a little bit more. I think I have 12 grade 2, 12, not 12, but hell, a grade 2 play here. So I'm using the cards that are support for the Regress gauge. So I have 4 copies of Steam Burner Ammi Ditahna. Ammi Ditahna. I think that's what it says. Ammi Ditahna. I'm just going to have to just say that as fast as I can. When this card is placed on Rear Guard during your turn, or put as your Regress gauge during your turn, choose one of your units and it gets 5,000 power into a turn. So either one, and it's not restricted to like one turn only. It could be like whenever you can use it. I think you might get additional 5k power if you do have it on the field for the first time, and then play as a Regress in the Regress on the second time. But I just want to use it just in case. The other one we have here is, I don't think she used this one, but we're just going to say it. She might be using the 4 copies of Almanac Colossus. When this unit is placed on Rear Guard, if you have a Regress gauge, which even one will help, Counterblast 1, draw a card, and Soul Charge 1. Now, what I love about this card more than anything, not only is it 2k, 10k attacker and an interceptor, its other skill makes up for the problem too. If you have 3 or more Regress gauges, this unit gains the power to boost, which means you have a 10k attacker, 10k booster, and just a machine that will just boost everything up to hell. Which means, hence why this deck is like a bit of a power trip. Now, the other card I do have here is one of the most grossly expensive cards at the moment, is 4 Steam Gunner Tizkars. Now, girl, why is this card so damn expensive? Like, is it because of Blankmeyer? Is it because of Odium? Because it's just a bougie card? Like, I had to spend a lot of money. Luckily, the prices, I had this card at the price where I did got the case the first time, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So, that's my little 2 cents right there. So yeah, that is the grade 2 lineup, and it'll be in the list down below. Next for grade 3, we are using 3 more copies of Odium just for Persona writability. The thing is, Persona writing is still an essential. You don't need the Persona writing this deck if you don't want to, but I do it because, well, it has a symbol. You are allowed to use a card of it. You'd be kind of dumb if you didn't use it. Now here's her partner here. This is a 4 copies of Anachronous Dragon. Gauge Zone. At the beginning of your battle phase, if this card is a Regress gauge, Counterblast 1, choose a card from your drop and put it face up as a Regress gauge. If you put a card, call this to Rear Guard. Now its other skill, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Liael in its card name, at the end of that battle, this unit gets 5,000 power. If he has 3 or more Regress gauges, which obviously it will, Energy Blast 2, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So this is amazing to have, and I don't know if it's going to be that expensive to buy, but this deck is somewhat cheap in theory, unless you want to go full max, and then yeah, you're going to spend like close to $500 for a whole damn deck that you may not just be like regretting later. But you get what you paid for. And now for the order card we have here, we have 4 copies of Distorted Bane. Now, I'm going to read this very carefully because I kind of fucked up a few times already. Play this if you have Vanguard with Liael's card name. You may soul charge one card. Put this card face up as your regress gauge. I've only been reading that one effect alone, and that was very wrong of me, because the other effect is when this unit is put as a regress gauge, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 10,000 power into the end of the turn. So Liael gets 10,000 power anyways, and while the other rear guards get also 5k power. So it's a little bit more, but it's also going to be more of a challenge, because they're going to try to target more your Vanguard more than anything. So yeah, that is the grade 3 playset, and also this is a Destined Timepiece token. Its only skill is you cannot write a grade 3 or grade card without Liael's card name, and you can have a regress gauges. So that's the only thing it just does. But that is it for the deck profile video. I finally got this done. I'm very happy, besides the interruptions, but it's okay. So as always, you guys, there will be a full list in the box down below after the video is being made. Let me see if I can get like a better way of doing this. So I like to have my thumbnails be a certain way, and hopefully this is an okay thing to have. So yeah, that is the deck profile right there. I hope you guys did really enjoy this video, pretty much so. I know I struggle a little bit. I tend to slur some things. I tend to get tongue-tied on some things, but it wouldn't be my video if I didn't tongue-tie something, you know. But anyways, you guys, this is a fun deck for me to play, and I've been loving this. I've been playing this since the beginning of the year, and I cannot wait to try it out in the future tournaments, and hopefully I will grow and, you know, make it a better thing to do. And that's all for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys like the content I do create on this channel, please subscribe, show some love, comment down below, like and subscribe kind of thing. I guess I subscribed 2 times, sorry. But as always, you guys, it's been fun. It's been very real. I hope you guys are very okay out there. I just want to say before I do go, I just want you all to be very safe out there, make good choices, and I know the world right now is a little messed up, and it's painful to see, because trust me, I've been having anxiety like crazy because of the madness been going on. But I hope you all are very safe. I hope you're all going to be okay. And I want you all to know that I love you, and I really appreciate your support, and I'm hoping we'll get through this all together. Okay? That is all I have for you guys today, and as always, I've been your faithful host, Siren Frost. Have a good day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!